homage to my father. I know I'm supposed to keep it together like chemical bonds. Lest life around me erupts like biological bombs. When I was just 8, the angel asked me, who will go first? I should have chose Mom's. Because she sold me out for less than 30 silver coins on sweat-drenching palms. Because I was the fruit of her loins and she traded me for alms. But you taught me to keep calm, composed, and erect. Son, forgiveness is virtue and it is blessed with respect. Love can and will hurt you, but still keep your head above clouds and steer clear of rough winds. Don't let life punish you because of my sins. It is essential for you to follow this tact. Learn from your mistakes and never turn back. But that was over 10 years ago, since the last time I watched you leave. So let me ask and please me no longer deceive. What is it like? Was it worth your plight? To have peace eternal and worry no more? To move from the living to family lore? Thanks for keeping your promise. With time, my soul ceased to be sore, and now I soar with my skills as I grow. But you're missing it, Pops. Where the fuck did you go? You left me to carry this burden alone, with no one to guide me, my choices condone, or mold all the gifts that I borrowed or own. To this day, that fucks with me. I don't understand how you were able to teach me apathy through sympathy, and thanks to it, I create symphonies for the soul, for those that I love. Yet I feel shortchanged from the one up above. The one up above. There isn't anyone there. It isn't fair that I don't have any guidance from you any further. God is all around us, Father. See, I learned that one without you having to scold. But come on, old man, I was just 15 years old. What the fuck did I know about living? You left me feeling helpless and lame, like a simple-minded knave. You didn't teach me to shave, or to drive, or swim, or dive, or take me to a ball game, or see me graduate, or congratulate me on the birth of my daughter. Oh, how you would have loved her. I'm sure as much as you loved my sister. I'm at a loss for words when she asks me about the mister that looks like her daddy on the wall pictures. And I tell her that's Grandpa who lives in heaven. It's beautifully tragic to see the innocence of one who is 7 when she tells me she misses you. I can't even look her in the eye when she mentions you. It shreds me apart 35 different ways, one for every year and demon you slayed through your battles in hell on this earth that forgave. None of your faults, your mistakes were repaid, and blood, tears, and sweat, and a life of regret. You gambled your life and I repaid your debt. Even still, I feel guilt, and this I must confess. I have forgotten what like you smell, what like you sound, what like you felt when you were earthbound. You taught me to keep my feet on the ground, with eyes on the prize and a mind that was sound, a heart that was true, but you rarely did better. What the fuck did I do so horribly wrong to have God call you home, away from the ether? I needed you then, and I need you still. I may have grown up, but the pain that I feel consumes me at times, and it is still very real. Because I'm not done learning from you. Because I'm not done growing with you. I try to convince myself that your passing strengthens me like exercise, that the event of your demise gives me purpose, but right now, it is worthless. It gives me nothing. It gives me nothing. I'm tired of pretending and bluffing. I overcame my tragedies, that's why floors I'm no longer buffing, or cars I ain't painting like you. Images of life is what I create with tools, worn out and handed down to me by ignorant fools. My whole life is recycled like aluminum cans, but thanks to that, I know I'm a blessed man. For years, my thoughts and perspectives were distorted, but I found a grain of life in a past that was morbid, and that's how I knew I succeeded. Because many of your mistakes in me have not been repeated. I only learned that after reducing myself to the shell of a man from a boy who showed so much promise. Regardless, this is for you, Mr. Alfaro. This is how I pay homage. I forgive us for all of the pain and the damage. See, I remember about a month before you expired, and Mom had caught me passed out from inhaling paint thinner. I was the worst from her womb. I was a brazen, bold sinner. I was sure this was a plot she just had to conspire to satisfy her need to show you that I was a fraud and a liar and mock you for having faith in your kid. So when you pulled up in your Toyota bucket, I couldn't even pretend to say fuck it. I was so high and scared Did I tighten my ass cheeks so as to be prepared for a beating that would send me back to the hospital? But you didn't do it. You totally caught me off guard. Instead, you did something much more loving, painstakingly hard, and that's how I knew you two were growing. You said in a very stern voice, "What do you think you are doing? Are you that unhappy that you feel the need to do things to yourself?" I cried because I was lost and I didn't know how I felt. You looked deep into my eyes that were unfocused and glazed, and even though I was crazed, you still left me amazed as you hold my head in your hands and phrase, "You can be anything you want. You can be anyone you choose. I just hope you don't kill yourself through this phase and this ruse. Don't you see that God blessed you in more ways than one? In ways that very few people are given the chance to experience? I have always believed in you from the day of your birth's deliverance. And even as everyone doubts how special you are, I'm proud of my big boy because he's gonna go far. It is hard for me to see how much of yourself you doubt. Still, I believe enough for the both of us, for that is my heart's route. But right now, I'm very disappointed. You have broken my heart. And that's how I knew I had gone too far. With that, you wounded me deeper than any punch, kick, or assault. You were ashamed of me, and it was all my fault. You had never been ashamed of me. So I prayed that when you died, you left all that sentiment about me aside. Before you were enveloped by the eternal light, know that you tried and I turned out better than all right. For I've spent the last 10 years overcoming life's obstacles and conquering my fears. It pains me to know that you'll never see what I became. Never again will I hear your voice say my name. Damn. Just for a minute. 30 seconds at most. Did I have you around me once more just to boast? Like when I was a child and I brought home good notes and you piggyback ride me, our lives bright, full of hope. Just give me one chance to relive that, please. I beg from the heart. I'll get on my knees. I just want a chance to tell you. To tell you that I love you. That I miss you, my father, teacher, mentor, and friend. Tell you that I'm sorry. That I'll never do it again. Woo!